Hello, everyone. I'm here with Tiffany Brown with Boss BuildHer, and I'm so excited to hear a little bit more about her story, about how she even got here today, and for you all that are watching to be able to dive a little bit deeper into that. So, for everyone that's tuning in, Tiffany, can you just tell us who are you and what do you do?
Absolutely. So, my name is Tiffany. I'm a mom of five. That's probably my most demanding role in my life right now. And I'm also a general contractor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, we do exterior and interior remodels, we do home repairs. If someone has a leaky window, we'll come out, replace the trim, replace the window if we have to. If somebody has an attic that they want to turn into a bedroom, we'll come out, tell them what needs to be done and get the work done. So I plan, I find the customers, I manage the subs, I execute the projects, and basically I like to say that I babysit grown men because that's what it comes down to.
I love that. Talk to us about how you got here today and how you were able to build something from the ground up, because it sounds like you are an expert in systems, and maybe you can share a little bit of advice for somebody that is looking to add those systems to their business today.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention, most importantly, my mission now as a woman in general contracting. My mission is to get more women involved in general contracting because you don't need to touch tools to be a general contractor. And so, how I got here was originally I'm from Oakland, California, born and raised. During COVID, we found the Tulsa Remote Work Program where they pay people to move here. And so, everything in California was shut down. And I was like, hey, I'm not doing anything either. I'm just going to apply and you know, throw a coin up in the air, see where it lands. Well, they ended up accepting me. And so I came and I visited, and I liked it, and I ended up moving here. I packed up my family. At the time, I had a 6 month old, and it was rough. I had pets, kids, baby, but we made the transition. And so when we got here, we realized, okay, I have my remote job, but my husband's job, it didn't transition. He was in the cannabis industry. He was operating dispensaries, but during COVID, that took a turn. And so, long story short, we had to figure out a way to substitute his income. And so it was just a matter of sitting down as a couple and putting our hands together and figuring out what we could do to make it work. And so we discovered that he could fix stuff. I mean, never had those conversations really in a relationship because it never came up. He wasn't, I mean, like he was good with his hands. Like we go camping, he'd like chop the wood and like go chop down a small tree and keep the fire going, stuff like that. But I'd never seen him do any like full scale repair stuff around the house or anything. So he told me he could fix stuff, and I was like, okay, well, I have a corporate background. Like I've worked event planning, I've worked marketing, sales, customer service. Like essentially, I know how to be the front person of a business, and I know how to run a business. So I was like, just trust me. I'm gonna find you some jobs, and let's start with what we got. So it went from me putting him up on like gig economy websites like Thumbtack, little stuff like that, to us scaling and getting bigger and bigger projects and really just never saying no. When opportunities arose, we always said yes and figure it out. If that meant going on YouTube for a couple of days and studying how to figure something out, like that's what we would do. And we would execute. And I had to literally learn the process from marketing, bidding, estimating, finding subcontractors that know what they're doing, and then managing them and dealing with like fires that come up in construction, like learning how to do change orders, like everything that's involved with a successful construction company. I had to learn it from scratch.
Wow.
And it's been
There's like
like,
a few things that I'm hearing, and it's like you guys almost took something out of nothing and made it this beauty of, brains and coming together and really creating something bigger than yourselves and allowing yourself to now say, hey, I'm good at this. This is where you excel, and let's come together. And not only that, but then you guys were able to create something to make a living out of it. And so for the people that are watching, that are listening, and they're like, wait, you said before that this doesn't require you to actually be a handyman. It might for your partner, but for you and your goal and your mission of bringing in more women or more people to be aware that you don't actually, you can do general contracting without being a handyman. Talk to us about that and how you were able to excel in this, just with your background, and how you want to be able to provide that for other people too. What are those benefits and how can we actually take advantage of that with you?
Yeah, so being in this industry, this is something that you wouldn't know unless you're in it. So being in this industry and hearing all the business owner problems and everybody trying to figure stuff out and asking each other, what can I do to scale? I want to go from 1 million to 3 million. I'm doing 5 million. How do I get to 10 million? I've learned that it's called getting off the truck. So most people
Mm,
that come in with a skill, like let's say somebody knows how to build decks. They come in, they know how to build the decks, they start a business, and they're stuck building the decks because they don't know how to take themselves out of the business.
mhm,
So initially, my goal was to get more women doing skill building. And so we were teaching drywall repair workshops. We were teaching like we built out a house frame in a warehouse to get women like skills. But I was like, okay, well, I can't really scale this if I'm teaching them the hands-on stuff. But I was like, how can I reverse psychology this? If I teach them the business, then they can leverage other people's skills and they'll never have to touch anything because that's really where the money is and where the true power is in ownership, and that's what most contractors that are on the tools are trying to get to. So I'm trying to take women from nothing to the top. Like you don't need to start at the bottom. Like most contractors that are owning their business are starting at the bottom and trying to get to the top. So it's just like reverse thinking. And so
mhm.
again, if you know how to find contractors and screen them correctly, you can leverage their skills. You don't have to touch a tool if you don't want to and
Wow.
make really amazing money. So,
Yeah, I love this whole concept because like for somebody that maybe is looking to get into the next thing and they're not really sure what to do and maybe they don't have all the skill sets, but they can learn from someone like you that is walking in this, that started from the bottom and is now, providing this business where it can take care of herself, it can take care of your own family, but it can also, be a blessing to other people. And so for you, like what are some skill sets do you think that you must have in order to start? And like what would you say to encourage that person who is thinking about getting started?
well, the number one skill set that I say women already have that already puts them at the top of competition and allows you to succeed is our communication skills, our ability to listen, um, lack of ego, and being organized. Like, there are things that we have to do as women just to exist in life that would already make you like an excellent contractor. When I tell you that most people are frustrated with their contractors because of the communication, like, how do you take on a $50,000 job and then never answer the phone? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Right.
this very small skill will take you so far. Just being a responsive person that actually cares about like open lines of communication. And women are just not all, can't say all, but in general, like women are good communicators. So if you can communicate and translate information to other people, like it will help you come in and dominate immediately. Like that's really all it is. Listening to a client's needs, communicating that to the subcontractor, listening to the subcontractor and any problems they're coming up with, communicating that back to the client. So you're really just like there to be a middleman and make sure everybody's on the same page all the time, which is not rocket science to me because I have to do it anyway. Like, as a mom, I'm communicating with my coaches, my son's competitive basketball coach, and then letting my husband know because he doesn't keep up with the schedule. So I'm just like always relaying information in different ways in my life. So it just comes natural to me to be a natural line of communication for life,
Yeah.
just to succeed and operate and function.
And I think everything you're saying right now is like, we should have those skill sets anyway. We should be, allowing ourselves to at least get better in them. Communication, listening to people, like those are all essential. Being organized, everything that you mentioned is something if you don't already have or you're not able to acquire, you can as a woman. And I think for you, like I'd love to know, like, what did this opportunity actually change for you? Because for somebody that's looking on the outside and they're looking in and they're thinking like, maybe I can do this. She's saying I don't need to be a handyman, but I can still, have a successful business and learn something new and learn a skill set that can actually set me up for my future. So like, what changed for you and what do you think that it can do for the next person?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it completely changed like my financial status, like wealth building. I'll just go into one small aspect. So, when we got here, we had a home, but I had always wanted to get into real estate investing. It was just, I had been sold the dream that like in order to get real wealth, it always starts with real estate. So I was like, maybe there's some truth to that. So I'd spent years following like Burr method pages and like really researching. And so having a construction company and already knowing where to find subcontractors has allowed me to scale my wealth exponentially. Because I get a new roof put on at a house for like under $8,000. Like, where are you going to do that? But once you know how to leverage other people's skill set, you know how to source material and like control the flow of the work. Like you could get things done for a fraction of what it would cost if you had to hire out a general contractor. So if you're interested in real estate investing at all, I would highly suggest looking into a career as a general contractor. And also just like time freedom, because I'm able to sell the jobs, plan the jobs out, communicate to the subcontractors what they need to do, and I don't need to be there. So I'm able to go and like homeschool my kid, take a couple vacations with my husband a year. Like it's giving me financial and time freedom, which is ultimately like what most people want out of life, to not have to be present to make money. So
So basically, what you're saying is like you're able to save more while spending less of your time and still helping people get better outcomes.
yeah, and make money without doing anything. Because once I have my properties, set, like the tenants are paying for it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, this sounds amazing. And I love how different it is because I think a lot of people don't actually know about this and how it can set themselves up. But I want to know so we can hear both sides. Like, was there almost a moment that you ever felt like you wanted to quit? And how did you push past that if there was?
I mean, yeah, like I had to learn everything on my own. So there's been just this learning curve. But so like for instance, if a change order were to come up, like we take someone's wall apart, take off the drywall, and we find mold under there, but we didn't put in the contract like a stop order clause or something, and then we have to pay for it ourselves. Like we lose money by having to do that because it wasn't in the contract. So there's just been little times like I just didn't know and we lost money. But like ultimately I felt like this is an investment, so I'm not really losing by learning.
Mm,
Every loss is really a learning experience and an opportunity to get better. And if I actually like give up, then I'm really not going to be making money. So that's like, you just got to keep going and know that like there's opportunity in every lesson.
mm. I love that. There's opportunity in every lesson. I love that you said that. And I think for those that are watching, like right now, we're understanding that we're speaking to someone that is living this experience. Like right now, you were able to really build something from the ground up and you're seeing so much success with it. And now you're on a path to help more people. So, like for you, with everyone in your clients that you're currently working with, what kind of results do they get?
Well, right now my clients are mostly women that are already in it and they're just trying to build and put themselves out there. I'm working with women that already have experience in the construction industry but want to step more into ownership. And just seeing them like get the confidence is the most gratifying thing for me. You know, like they're able to tell their story better and find value in their story and in their experience, because when you've worked for like larger companies for so long and you've been devalued and underpaid, you don't really see how powerful you are. But showing them like you can actually affect people with your skills and not have to answer to anybody and like set your price and people will pay what you ask. Like that's the best feeling. Like seeing them just go from like in the shadows to like this is me, this is my story out in the open. Like that to me is amazing. Just watching women step into this almost new person. It's just great to
Yeah,
see. It's like seeing them go from like a little caterpillar to like a butterfly. You know, like confidence increases and like yeah, it's just the best feeling.
I love that. You mentioned like, just seeing people blossom into who they're supposed to be and allowing them to go from, maybe struggling to a successful entrepreneur and build a business that can really help them, get to where they are to where they want to be. So for you, what does being seen and heard personally mean to you?
Well, I think everybody has a unique story, and being seen and being heard just means that like I don't know who my story is going to affect, but even just if I touch one person, like that makes such a big difference, because that one person could go further than I can, and that's my goal. Like some coaches think like, well, I don't want people to get further than me. Like I want people to get further than me. Like I want people to go on to do things that I didn't even dream about. So like for me, being seen and being heard means expanding outside of myself.
Mm,
And you know, I feel like the soul is limitless. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to become limitless by helping other people
yeah,
become
what a
limitless.
Yeah, what a great answer and such a powerful testimony. Like, I think the one thing that everyone here can take away from just watching you is like, it's okay to step out into something that is new and to learn a new skill set, because it might just be exactly what you need to go to the next level. But when you're experiencing something new, like what advice would you give to someone that's maybe not a contractor, that is not in construction? So it is new. So maybe they're hesitant, but they understand that this could actually be an opportunity for them.
um, what I always tell people is like your thoughts can be your worst enemy. Really learn to get out of your own way. Clear your mind every day. Remember, you're starting from scratch. If you can literally learn to quiet your mind and act on inspired thought, you can accomplish anything, because your thoughts could be like the source of your next $1 billion. Like, you're here to experience life at its fullest potential. Like, you're here to be happy. So just get out of your own way. Clear
Tiffany,
out, yeah, clear out everything else and get out your own way.
I love that. Tiffany, if there was one message you can give us, maybe for a goal that you have this year, if your goal is to spread your message to more people or get on more stages, what would that be?
Yeah, my goal is to get on more stages and let women know that the skills you have are worth more than society tells you. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be construction, it could be another male dominated industry, but you are actually really powerful, and don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing is not important. If you're a housewife, a single mom, I guarantee you, you are valuable. You just have to go where you're valued and find where you can bring out the highest value of yourself.
Go where your value and find where you can bring out the highest value of yourself. So much good advice, my friend. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. Thank you for allowing us to hear more of who you are and what you're doing. Because I think right now, what you're building is something that more people really need to know about. And once they discover, they'll be able to change their lives in the same way that you were able to change yours and your families. And so, thank you for being on the SMO podcast. I'm super excited for people to watch this. Make sure you go back, because there was definitely some gems. If you're somebody that is an entrepreneur, or even looking to get into entrepreneurship, but you're not sure where to start, make sure that you connect with Tiffany. Tiffany, where can we find you?
You can find me on Threads, Instagram, Facebook, website. It's bossbuildher.com or Boss BuildHer, 2 words.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. We'll definitely be looking forward to connecting with you and seeing you hopefully on our next stage.
Thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. What are some great, you got some great gems there.